Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. My name is Lady Calamere and we are with Lady Boss, aka Little Boo is her nickname. So I am doing my 148th video and it will be on Saffron, the magical metaphysical uses of saffron. Before I go on, I wanted to show you my guitar pick I got from the Machine Head concert. And it's signed by Rob Flynn. Isn't that awesome? Well, it has his signature on the pick already. So anyways, just wanted to show you that. Anyway, saffron, very expensive to get, and it's getting rarer because of what's happening in the environment and overproduction. It comes from the crocus flower, and the crocus flower only grows the 3 stigma or stamens, as they're called, and those 3 stigma stamens is the saffron. So you would need a lot, harvest a lot, just to even get a fill bottle like this. So it is the most expensive herb that you can get. So I suggest that you go to the Indian market and get one of these. These are a lot cheaper. And I see I got different brands. We have this. And I have a mixture of different brands in here. I just put it in. Make sure when you store it in the jar that the lid does not have any cracks, because I found one of these filled with beetles and I had to throw it away. It was totally useless for magic. And I have like this, so you get different qualities and different prices. This smells great. This comes from, I believe, Ross. And we have also saffron incense sticks. Joker, you're a bad boy, aren't you? Joker is starting with Lady Boss. So we're going to talk about the magic and the magic that you can do with it, and the metaphysical things that you can do with it. And you can get it from this, and this says that it uses all fragrances are prepared from nature's finest essential oils, exotic flowers, along with hundreds of different wood and tree powders, rare resins, aromatic herbs, and spices. So I think this is Primo Incense Distribution Company. Anyways, on to it. First of all, if you're pregnant or nursing, do not make a tea or potion with this. It's not good. Plus, it can cause uterine contractions, which is something you don't want when you are pregnant, unless you want to give birth. So anyways, you shouldn't take saffron anyways. I'm not going to recommend it in a tea form or potion. I mean, it's an Indian food, some Indian food, so. And I doubt a pinch would hurt you in the food. In fact, there's a lot of herbs you shouldn't be eating that's in food and everyday food that pregnant women eat. So, again, it depends on the concentration of it. Saffron tea and stuff, potion, can end up causing the woman going into miscarriage. FYI. It wouldn't hurt the woman, but it would hurt the baby. And I think, well, let's go on with this. So, like I said, it's the stamen of the crocus flower, and only 3 grow into the flower, so you would need a lot. So it was used in magic from ancient times to now. And saffron is actually mentioned in the Old Testament of the Song of Solomon. The deities that are associated with saffron is Ashtoreth, Eos, Eos, the goddess of the dawn, the late, I should say, Titan of the dawn. Eros, the love god. Helios as we say here, but it's Helios, in the Titan of the sun. Apollonos, or Apollo, or Apollyon, the Greek god of the sun. Its quality, so we use either hot or cold for the quality of the herb. It's hot, but it's not spicy. It's just considered like an Orisha. Is the Orisha hot or cold? The gender is male. The planet is sun. The element is fire. The best day that it coordinates to or tunes itself to is Sunday. So in ancient times, people would make this into like moon cakes, like crescent shaped cakes, and give it with saffron, and give it to their offering to Ashtoreth, and also eat it as well during rituals to her. Now, as far as hoodoo, it wasn't used a lot because of its price. It wasn't used, but when it was used for stuff like love and lust and psychic powers. Again, it was rarely carried in the mojo bags because of this, due to the cost. So there's a spell that woman can do, is add a little bit of saffron. Just a little bit goes a long way, because saffron has a very powerful taste to it. You only need a pinch to flavor your food. So a woman can throw this into the dish along with her menstrual blood. And that's what some women do. And I'm not encouraging people to put fluids into someone's food. I mean, that's if you're caught. Even if you meant to do it as a spell, if you're caught, if basically if the other person could say, hey, this person's putting sperm in my food or pee in my food, yeah, you can get into legal trouble. So again, but also I would advise against using menstrual blood in the food, because the menstrual blood is very powerful. When you use this as a spell, Joker! When you use this as a spell to make your lover stay with you, you can make them so infatuated with you that they will never leave you. And that may not sound bad. I gotta get this cat. Come on, man. Yucky. So it may not seem bad now, but when your relationship is pretty much done, he may not want to leave you. He may be so obsessed with you that he won't break up. Even if you want to be with someone else, it's going to be hard to get rid of this person. Okay? So just be forewarned about that. So be careful what you do and what you wished for, because sometimes it can backfire. So saffron is used for stuff like love and lust, love spells. You can use it before going out on a date. You can burn it as incense, the sticks, or you can burn a little bit on your coal. and just a little bit, because it's very expensive and a little bit goes a long way, and go out to the club. Go out looking for maybe a one night stand, a temporary lover, or maybe you're looking for that someone special that hopefully you can meet someone to marry. So, anyways, also it's good for psychic powers. It's good to increase your psychic powers. Good for mediums. It's, especially when you burn it, it also adds protection, which is good when you're dealing with spirits and entities and ghosts and things like that. Also, you can make a paste with this, with mixing the saffron, a little bit of saffron with your sandalwood, especially red sandalwood. Make it into a paste, add a little bit of water, and put it on your third eye. That's the third eye chakra. The Agnya chakra, which is spelled Agna, but it's pronounced Agnya. You put it between your eyes. There's a space right there, right above your nose. The bridge of your nose, between the eyes, that's where your third eye chakra is located. So, I mean, you don't want to get it in your eyes, but it's also done by Hindus to do that, where they would mark it there, and for that purpose is to open themselves up. It's used by Buddhist monks. Also great for purification. So this herb can be, you can make an infusion with it, a tea with it. You put it in the water and then use it for purifying things, for cleansing the place. Great to burn for that, for exorcisms and getting rid of negativity. And another thing is, though, if you want to use that for that purpose, here's the thing. This can be used on your candles, as incense, in magic, to increase the efficiency of your magic. So whether you're doing a love spell, a spell for psychic powers, even for cursing and hexing, it will increase the power of that. So it will increase the power of your spells. So just in case someone didn't tell you, because a lot of people don't like talking about cursing, they would just want to deal with the quote unquote white side of magic, and don't want to talk about the quote unquote black side of magic, the darker side. And sometimes some people deserve to be hexed, and that's if you do it. If you don't do it, no judgment. If you do hexing, I'm not going to judge you. That's not my job here. My job on this channel is to give you as much information as possible on each presentation I do. I'm not going to tell you what to do or not to do in your magic. I'm not going to give you the third degree. I'm not going to tell you that, oh, you shouldn't do it. It's going to come back on you. How dare you, blah, blah. No. You believe what you want to believe, okay? So anyways, it does come from the Arabic word Saffron. I believe I'm pronouncing it right, but now it's just called saffron. Now, saffron is also used for good luck, abundance, prosperity, job hunting spells, money spells, to increase your money, to decrease debt. Good luck for gambling. So before you go to that night at Atlantic City or Las Vegas, you can use this in your good luck spells. Now, another thing is that saffron is a thing. It's an the flower itself is sterile, so it needs help pollinating. However, it is used for fertility spells. It's used for women for fertility, and for men for them to be able to get a woman pregnant. And that's what if you want to use it for. Don't worry, if you don't want to get pregnant, that's fine. So just to let you know, it was used for fertility spells. In fact, back in Persia, which is now Iran, women who were pregnant would wear a ball of made of saffron, and they would have it by the pit of their stomach to make sure that they had a more painless and speedy delivery of their baby. So now another thing is that saffron, like I said, is an aphrodisiac. And it was also said that gay men can rub this on the inside, like behind of their knees, to attract exciting sexual encounters with other gay men. It was used to dispel sadness, depression, and melancholy as an infusion that was drunk. However, if you were experiencing depression, please go see a therapist if you need to, or a psychiatrist, and just be aware of certain herbal infusions interacting with other medications. So be careful with that too. Just do a little bit of research. As with any herbal mixtures, all because it's natural or organic doesn't make it healthy. I hate that, because they say, oh, it's natural and organic, so it's got to be good for me. I said, so is poison ivy. Why don't you go make a tea out of that? You can get, or I bet you can get, organically grown sumac and eat it. Poison sumac. We're talking about the poisonous kind. How about some henbane? Oh, I know, belladonna. I mean, I'm not telling you to eat that. I'm just trying to tell you, I hate it when people say, oh, it's natural, so it's got to be good for me. No, it's not. Okay? All because it's grown naturally doesn't mean it will benefit you. Other names is by this was called kumkuma, Kumkuma, Kumkuma. parrot's corn, dyer's saffron for dyeing and to dye clothes. And you know, when people died their back in the day in ancient times, you had to have money because it was expensive and it showed your wealth. It showed how much money you were worth if you had saffron dyed clothes. Also, it's called the queen's herb, and the reason why, because it was said Queen Cleopatra would bathe in water infused saffron, and it was she said it was said fabled that it was to beautify her. So it's an herb of beauty, and it's a very beautiful flower. It's like a purple flower with these yellow, orange, reddish stamens coming from it. Just go look at it on the internet, how beautiful it is. So it's also good for mental concentration, mental ability, for when you feel like you're zoning out and you're in ritual, or you're going to go into ritual and you really need to just focus. This used as an incense can really help. You can use this to burn on the candle flame, hold it with a tweezer, or throw it onto incense charcoal. Be careful what charcoal you use. Do not use the charcoal that's used for the barbecue pits inside. It's toxic to do that inside your home. You want to use charcoal incense, or the charcoal burner, or the stuff that's used for for smoking. I forgot what pipe it's called. The hookah pipe. Sorry. Now, also, sheets, the bed sheets, were rinsed with a saffron infusion back in Ireland. So it says that the arms and the legs of the person who's sleeping on these sheets will be strengthened. The ancient Persians, again from Persia, was in Iran, used saffron. They would do a spell and throw it to help raise the winds. You guys have to go crazy right now? You're destroying everything. They have to. I'm doing a presentation. So it was used for raising the winds. Saffron is also used for strength, to empower yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It's used to empower your spell, what you're doing. It's used to empower your intentions. So it's a good spell for, it's a good herb for protection. So if you're doing exorcisms, cleansings, purifications, and protections of yourself, people, places, and things, animals, it's used for that. But please do not put saffron on your cats and dogs, and please do not, like, make the cat, like, inhale the smoke. It's not good. Don't make them drink the saffron infused water. I don't know if it's dangerous for cats and dogs. And if I don't know, then I won't do it, okay? I'm not going to put my cats in danger because I think it would do such and such without research. I don't care what someone did on TikTok. I don't care what someone else did. People on TikTok eat eat the Tide Pods. I really don't care. So I want facts before I do anything with my cats. So other things that this was used for is for healing. And also before healers would, if you can afford it, they would make a saffron water and wash their hands in it before any healing session. Before any healing sessions, they would wash their hands with it. Saffron is also said to bring wisdom, strengthen the mind, the ability to learn. So if you're studying for that test, if you're doing a spell to help you pass a test, and I've had to do some of those, especially before midterms and finals. And my spells never failed me with that. Especially when I was doing something that was pretty difficult. Now, you can put a little bit of saffron with your tarot cards, oracle cards, to help keep them spiritually clean. So, do you hear that? It never fails. Anytime I do a presentation, they gotta do destruction on and off camera. So what you can use also saffron is you make an infusion, or you can just take the herb and wipe it on your magical tools to help cleanse them and empower them. Saffron is also used for longevity and healing spells. Like I said before, it's good for healing, but also for longevity. It's a wish herb. So make your wish upon the herb, and you can burn a little bit on your candle. So anyways, another thing that other thing along with the saffron, some people will with love spells, they would use some safflower instead of saffron to rub underneath, you know, behind their knees, because safflower is a lot cheaper than saffron. Now, saffron is also said to be one to help you to help you protect you against inebriation. So if you're going out, they say that you could put a little bit in the mojo bag and then put it around your neck and help protect you from inebriation. Amethyst works well with it, so you can have a little bit of saffron with amethyst, because amethyst means not drunk. And you can use amethyst and saffron and carry that with you. But remember, limit yourself. If you're an alcoholic and you want to get help, please get help. Go to AA, go to a treatment center, whatever you need to do. Use it along with magic. I mean, it's just common sense. There they go again. Another goddess I forgot to associate this with is Aphrodite, and she's also a good one to associate with Saffron. Sorry about that. So saffron was used for a variety of treatments, and some of its in modern studies has shown that it could be useful. It may be useful in treating cancer by help fighting the tumors, as well, and easing some of the pain and discomfort associated with chemotherapy. That doesn't mean, and again, you hear that along with chemotherapy. That doesn't mean, oh, I have cancer, I'm not going to the doctor, I'm going to use saffron. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Again, talk to your doctor about that. Some doctors don't even believe in herbal stuff. So, it's really this smell of this saffron. I love the smell of saffron. Really, just opening this and using it as aromatherapy. I mean, don't sniff up the strands. Be careful. Just put it near your nose, and you can. It's really got a powerful scent, and it could be used for aromatherapy to really brighten up your mood, to really brighten up your mood, your attitude, to stimulate your mind for creativity, for mental stimulation. And you only need to take a few whiffs really to get it to work. I just did it now. And it's wonderful. I mean, it's such a potent smell to it. Aroma. You see, I used a lot of this in my cooking already. Comes in this little black Ziploc bag inside. And you see, this was $1.99. It's Spanish saffron. I got this at the Botala Emporium. This was so many years ago, but I have it sealed here. I put some tape. And this is from the product of Spain. Where does this come from? Ah, all from Spain. That's from Spain. Doesn't tell me where this is from. It is USDA organic, non-GMO and kosher, non-irradiated, hand harvested in Spain. There it is. So the quality of this was more than this. Botala Emporium is in New York. And that's where anytime I visited, I would go there, and when I used to live there, I would buy stuff there. So what else can you use saffron for? I don't use a script or notes, so just bear with me. So when ow, God, I hurt. What I was thinking about was the queen spice, not the queen flower. It's called the queen spice. Sorry. It's this is really good to use before and after rituals to cleanse the space, especially if you've done negative magic. I recommend that you do an uncrossing for yourself, or at least purify yourself in your space. Ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Now, another thing that saffron can be used, and this is a little bit darker too, this can be used for seduction of especially when I say darker use, when you want to seduce. I shouldn't say it, shouldn't have said darker, but if you want to seduce that specific someone to either pay attention to you, or yeah, I guess darker, to make them want to have sex with you. And I'm not telling you to go rape someone. Rape is bad. I don't like rape. I don't like rapists. I could tell you where they should have a certain flower growing above them. Pop some daisies. But I'm just telling you that it could be used to seduce someone. I personally don't want to. I don't need to do it now, but if I was single, I would only use that if I know maybe this person might be interested in me and just pay attention to me. But be careful with that. You may think you want this person, and maybe this person that you're interested in is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you know what I mean. So you shouldn't consume a lot of this. It says, if you're eating it straight out, don't consume more than one strand. Some people eat, one strand a day. And it's also, they say it's good for their immune system and stuff like that. I'm more talking about the metaphysical uses of it. So if you are pregnant and nursing, eating, be careful. If saffron's very powerful. It's not recommended for you to eat the whole bottle or eat a handful. I do not recommend that, because someone did that with nutmeg and it messed up their brain. I don't know the whole story if they died, but they had to go to ER. And some people play with herbs. They start, eating too much of it, and they end up in the hospital. But I do know from my research that making saffron tea or ingesting a bit of it straight out, especially if it's done intentionally, can cause miscarriage and contractions. And I'm not telling you to go do it. If you want an abortion, go to a clinic and do it safely. That's all I'm saying. It's good for beauty and beautiful to make attractiveness spells, to just make yourself generally attractive, or to make yourself feel more beautiful inside and out. So any beauty spells, this is good for. You know, the ancient Egyptians used this, well, the Egyptians, for to increase feelings of lust and enhance sexual pleasure. And it was used in sachets and oils. Just FYI. And the Persians, the ancient Persians, would weave, you know, the saffron threads within their royal carpets and their funeral shrouds. Again, some more interesting information about saffron. Also, saffron is allegedly used in the home, put in home to keep like small lizards from roaming into your home. I don't know anything about that. I don't do that. I have cats, so I'm careful what I sprinkle all over, and then I put it behind things and stuff like that. And cats get into everything. So I mean, I do use powders and stuff, but I'm just careful. I can't just pour it everywhere I feel like it. You know, pour lines of powders here and there and everywhere, and pour a big old circle around my bed because I have cats. I don't want them to get hurt. So it says you can either have nice things or you can have cats. A cat lover will always choose cats. So if you want to garden your own saffron, you're gonna have to plant a lot of crocus flowers and time and patience for it. And still, if even if you grow 5 flowers or 10, you're still not gonna get enough to, you know, have like a jar of that. Just for FYI. And if you have the time and patience and the space to do it, go ahead. But a lot of flowers are for to keep in your home are dangerous to cats, or at least can make them sick, throw up, have diarrhea. So I just don't have fresh flowers in my home. I don't have roses or plants. Plus, when I had a catnip plant, the cats destroyed it anyways and knocked it all over and got the soil everywhere. And then the soil for the cats to eat, the type of soil, is not good for them. Go look it up. You'd be amazed about what's poison toxic to your cats. So I just don't have plants. Whatever. So does the saffron has that warmness to it. It just does. It just has romance to it. It just has this clean, it just throws off this perfume. It's really nice. What other things do I want to say about this? If you're doing any spells to increase your psychic powers, this is the one to do. So there are spells to help you open up your psychic powers. So go right ahead with it. And remember, safflower is not saffron. Do not confuse the two names. It's a good for spells of happiness. This is good to bring happiness into your home, into your life. So if there's a sad energy in your home, you can use this. And I'm just trying to think what else. You can wear just to promote healing of yourself, or make a hoodoo mojo bag. There's so many things you can do with saffron. You can roll it on your candle. And remember, with herbs on your candle, just be careful that it doesn't spark or catch on fire. Then your altar cloth catches on fire. Then your altar cloth catches on fire. Then your couch catches on fire. So just be careful, okay? So anytime you're rolling your candles and herbs, just know you want to be careful. I'm always extra careful. I never had any big issues with candles. I never won one. Actually, I did once. I caught my robe on fire once, and that was way back in the 90s, in the early 90s. Because I wasn't careful, but I was okay. I wasn't burnt. I could have been burnt, but hey, shit happens. What was that? Back in 1992? Anyway, so just be careful when putting herbs on your candle that you don't cause a fire. Make sure you have a good candle holder. Make sure you have some water by you. Like, I always have a drink with me, so if it's alcoholic, you definitely don't want to pour your alcoholic drink on it. I've heard of people doing that. It's just made it even worse. Yeah, that's great. So you threw your vodka on the fire on your altar. Oh, goody. Not me, but I've heard stories from real dumb things that people have done. Why don't you just throw rocket fuel on it? That would have helped. Now, with saffron, according to Agrippa, he considered it a Venus scent. But although a lot of people say it's also sun. It's mostly sun. I'm just saying what Agrippa said, because it works with Astaroth and Aphrodite and Eros, so I can understand where he was coming from. I just wanted to put that in so that, hey, by the way, Calamir, did you know according to Agrippa, the tarot cards this can work with, definitely the Sun card, the Wheel of Fortune, especially any of the cards dealing with abundance and love, but definitely the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun card. Great, like for any solar rituals for any reason, planetary magics. just to call upon the sun. This is a good herb. And I do repeat a little bit because that's how I teach and that's how I learn. So anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you like my presentation, please give me a thumbs up. If not, then give me a thumbs down. Please subscribe so my channel can grow. And thank you very much for being with me this long. It's already been 50 minutes. I do not have a Patreon account. So keep your money for yourself. Give to worthy charities like the ASPCA, North Shore Animal League, Cuddly.com, St. Jude's Hospital, Make-A-Wish. What else? Your local SPCA, Animal Shelter, PetSmart, Pet Charities, Petco Charity, Pet Supermarket Charities. Give your money to them. I'm not asking for your money. Oh, we have Joker. He wants to say hello. Oh, there he is. So thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to animals. And as always, blessed be.